Coming up on today's show, we'll be taking you through all of the big movie releases this month, including Nobody 2 and more.
And we'll also be talking about an entire X-Men season ahead of Avengers Doomsday and one celebrating the work of Christopher Nolan.
And we'll let you know how you can take your kids to the cinema for just £1 a ticket. Hello and welcome to Cineworld Cinemas. I am Luke Owen.
And I'm Laurie Blake, and we are here at the Cineworld at the O2 in London to tell you what's hitting the big screen this month.
And we have got some massive movies to talk about this month. A24 have got a busy month in particular, and there's some horror ones as well. Let's get some snacks and then we'll talk about them. Well, we've got a packed old month of movies coming up, but that doesn't even include the movies that are still within cinemas now, like Superman, Jurassic World Rebirth, The Smurfs, I Know What You Did Last Summer, The Bad Guys 2, and Fantastic Four: The First Steps. And that also means we can plug all of this lovely merchandise.
Ooh, look at this little Smurf drink.
Smurf drink. I've got my Superman cup here. I've got my big Superman popcorn holder as well. You can eat out of the emblem. Very nice. And our little clever girl here.
Yes, its drinking is based on movement.
But the first week of August sees the release of a movie I'm very, very excited about. The Naked Gun is back.
It is back. Liam Neeson is the Naked Gun.
Frank Drebin, or Frank Drebin Jr., I suppose, is here on the big screen. It is oddly Liam Neeson, who looks superb in this role. And from everything that's come out about this movie so far, it's hilarious, and it is a genuine return to form for not only just the Naked Gun, but also just the spoof genre et al.
Yeah, I think because it's kind of like a lost genre. I think we've gone through a few years where comedy just didn't really go this silly, and it's really nice to see it kind of come back full circle to being like, this is really, really goofy.
Yeah, it's so silly.
And I think Liam Neeson is inspired casting because of that, because he's so had that late career transition into kind of action films. He is the perfect man to kind of carry off this role because he brings a gravitas and seriousness to it because of his other body of work that then gets played up perfectly by him being really goofy with it.
That's it. He became sort of the poster child for the Jerry Action series of movies and stuff. And so one of the great things about Leslie Nielsen playing Frank Drebin, and what he was so great in Naked Gun and Airplane, is that he himself was a serious actor. He was a stage actor, and it was he just do serious roles. And then he had exceptional comedy timing. Yeah. And that's the same with Liam Neeson here. We saw him in the Lego movie. He is very, very funny, but he is just playing it straight. And if you play spoof completely straight, that just exemplifies and amplifies the wackiness around him. We also have The Legend of Ochi being shown in select cinemas, as well as our first horror outing for the month. Surprisingly, quite a few horror outings
it's a spooky August.
in the month of August. But we've got Bring Her Back, which is from the director of Talk to Me. So I think that'll probably give you a good idea of what to expect from this movie.
Yes.
But a bit of Pet Sematary vibes as we bring someone back from the dead, but might not quite completely go to plan.
Yeah, there's a sort of, there's a very strange setup here of these two children are taken to a house to be fostered by Sally Hawkins' character, who is also fostering another little boy who's definitely creepy. Definitely creepy.
Different to the other two.
She's a little bit kooky and weird and living in the woods in a big salt ring, seemingly. It's got some really kind of slow burn tension from the looks of it, and then there is something very dark and horrible going on.
Yeah, it's a spooky old trailer, which I think will lead to a fairly spooky old time.
It doesn't give it too much away, the trailer, as well.
No,
I think, which is quite good about it. There's still plenty of surprises up its sleeve.
Yeah. I don't know if we've got a packed old month of new releases. We're also going to be showing some classic movies on the big screen again, and we're going to be kicking things off with the X-Men season.
We're
We're not showing that one, unfortunately, but we are showing a lot of the brilliant movies from the original run of the X-Men series. And that is kicking me off with, I can't quite believe this, the 25th anniversary of the original X-Men movie being shown on the 5th of August. And then on the 7th, we're going to be showing the absolutely brilliant and excellent, still one of the greatest comic book movies ever made, X-Men 2 on the 7th of August.
And then we're rounding out that original trilogy with X-Men The Last Stand on the 9th of August, before we move on to the slight twist on the X-Men formula with First Class on the 13th of August, then Days of Future Past as those two worlds collide on the 16th, and finally capping things off with Logan on the 19th of August.
I've got such wonderful nostalgia for these movies, particularly that first X-Men movie. Like I said, I can't quite believe the passage of time is here, that we're now celebrating the 25th anniversary of that X-Men
Well, also,
movie.
it's the 25th anniversary of like the big comic book resurgence, basically.
Yeah.
Like, you know, this is like Spider-Man, X-Men. They were the forerunners of basically where we are now in cinema.
Without those movies, we don't get the movies we have now. Like they were like that big comic book movie. Particularly X-Men, then 2 years after that being Spider-Man. But yeah, X-Men, Bryan Singer's X-Men really did like set us on a course.
And I think we've also seen from Deadpool and Wolverine that there is still a lot of nostalgia and a lot of fond memories for this entire franchise. Not only just from the people who were in it, but also from just the audiences watching it. Like seeing those characters come back, everyone's like, yes.
Yeah, and they're coming back again.
Yeah,
for Avengers Doomsday. So
it's completely correct. It's the correct choice to do because I think they are like it's so hard to replace.
That's it. Like he is Patrick Stewart. He is Professor X, and Ian McKellen is Magneto. I will not have it any other way. Being released on the 8th of August, Disney are bringing back Freaky Friday with Freakier Friday. Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis are back together, back once again like Renegade Masters, and are switching bodies.
But not just themselves, with also the next generation of Freaky Friday is us. So there's now 4 people in a big body swap, and it's a younger member of the family, the granddaughter, and also like an adoptive daughter of Lindsay Lohan switching bodies with the older generation, and then they're going through sort of their own sort of reverse parent trap where they're trying to get the parents to break up while in the bodies of basically wearing their skin, I guess.
I love the original. I really hope that we're going to get some more punk pop tunage from Lindsay Lohan and her band. That's my big hope from this movie.
It's definitely in the trailer.
Well, I want a big performance of it, or the next generation. I'm super excited for this. But if that is not really your jam, and you want something that's, I would say, altogether very different, if you just go down the corridor and hang a left, Weapons is out this week, which looks, I'll put it this way. My wife asked me to turn the trailer off. Because we started watching it because she was like, oh, what does that look like? Started watching and she was like, nope. No, abort, and get me out of this.
A horrible, awful, intriguing central mystery with just awful horror, like that trailer where the kid looks up from the desk.
Yeah. So it's a story about a small town that has got some missing children, but those missing children are all from the same class at school.
And they all just got up and walked out of their houses at like midnight or something.
All at the same time, just got up and left. So there's a big sort of mystery around that. And then, from what I can gather, spookiness and horrible nastiness happens.
First things to check if that happens for a Pied Piper. That's the first thing I would do. I'd be like, has anyone got any pipes?
Can I hear anything?
Can I hear anything?
Nope. Seems clear. Okay. That's probably more spookiness.
No idea. And then it's like this other, then it's also the teacher of the class seems to be central to this mystery as well because it's all members of her classroom. She seems to be kind of caught in the middle of whatever's going on here.
Next rule as well, if your children do just get up and leave, based on the trailer, is I would remove all forks from the house. We're not just celebrating the X-Men, we're also going to be celebrating the work of Christopher Nolan, as throughout August we're going to be showing some of his classic movies on the big screen again.
And this is all in preparation for the Odyssey.
And that will include the Dark Knight trilogy of Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises.
Then we also have Inception, Interstellar, Dunkirk, Tenet, and finally his most recent film, Oppenheimer.
Can relive those Barbenheimer glory days.
Yes, that's it.
Well, we need to find a movie that's out this month. Maybe we go see Weapons and Oppenheimer. Because I think Weapons is...
Weppenheimer. I think that's what Oppenheimer was about anyway.
Exactly. Being released on the 15th of August, Bob Odenkirk is back in Nobody 2. They just won't leave him alone.
He just wants to be on vacation.
He just wants a nice holiday.
He needs a holiday from his holiday. I think this looks great. This is really fun. Like that, we've just been talking about Liam Neeson, the sort of forefather of the Jerry action genre, and now Bob Odenkirk kind of in the sort of the next resurgence of it, the slightly kind of goofier take on it, where it's just like, it is kind of even more unassuming celebrities take on the role of like downtrodden action guy.
So we've had like a bigger spoof with The Naked Gun. We've had several horror movies coming out as well, and then we've just got this big, lovely comedy action movie in Nobody 2. How about what looks to be the most traditional rom-com setups with The Materialists? because Madam Web is caught in a love triangle with Mr. Fantastic and Captain America.
So dear old Dakota Johnson is playing a matchmaker with a pretty good hit rate in this film. She's responsible for 9 weddings. However, in typical matchmaker fashion, can't sort out her own love life. Can dish it out, but she can't take it.
That's it, yeah.
She can't choose between the rich and dashingly handsome Pedro Pascal and Chris Evans, who seems to be a fry cook who lives with roommates.
Yeah, you're down to earth. Chris Evans, one of the most handsome men on the planet.
He's gigantic. Have you seen the size of that man? That's unrealistic.
Captain Regular, that's what they call him. But let's get back into the horror vibes, because we've got Dave Franco and Alison Brie, and they are together.
In a very awful, horrible way. I don't think there's some pretty gross films coming this month in terms of horror vibes. This might be the worst because it is all conjoined.
Yeah.
It's things merging. The eye shot from the end of the trailer is one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Yeah. I'm stoked for this film.
Yeah.
I'm so stoked for this movie, because I think I'm just going to be sat there and just gripping at the arms and trying to push myself further into my seat to get away from it. I'm so excited.
Because it's a really interesting setup. Is that it's Alison Brie and Dave Franco are a married couple who've fallen into a bit of a rut. She is a teacher and he is a kind of stay-at-home, where he's trying to break into the music industry, but basically he's jobless. They move to the country to get away from it all and to kind of cement their relationship. And then this horrible cycle of kind of codependency where he is genuinely pained by her absence sort of arises. And it just seems like it's using horror to kind of needle at the kind of innards of their relationship.
Do you know what? I think we need to have something a little bit lighter than Together and the awfulness of some of the shots of that trailer, which I'm super excited about. Then let's celebrate the fact that it's the school holiday season. And that means you need to take the kids to the cinema. That's what you need to do. That's what good parents do, is they take their kids to the cinema. And what better way to take your kids to the cinema than to do it for just £1 a ticket. £1 English pound a ticket.
Pound.
£1 a ticket can get you into family movies. And that includes from the 1st of August until the 7th, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 Flow on that same week as well. We also have Moana 2 on the 8th of August through to the 14th, and Transformers 1, the brilliant Transformers 1 I might add, also on that same week.
We've also got Paddington in Peru from the 15th to 21st of August, Disney's Snow White also in that same week, a Minecraft movie on the 22nd to the 28th, and Dogman that same week.
It's a busy old month for Pedro Pascal, because on the 22nd of August, you have seen him in Fantastic Four, you've seen him in The Materialists, and now you're seeing him with Ari Aster directing.
Yeah, so this is like a modern Western. Pedro Pascal is like a local politician up against the local kind of sheriff, and they are having this kind of feud over the future of this town. It looks really good. It's I think this is the thing, it just shows that Pedro Pascal, a man of range.
He can do anything.
He can do whatever you want.
He can do absolutely everything. But something that's very, very different from that is The Life of Chuck, based upon the story by Stephen King, which has been described very much as a life-affirming movie, sort of a celebration of life with a heck of a cast in there. You've got Tom Hiddleston, you've got Chiwetel Ejiofor, you've got Karen Gillan in there, and of course, Luke Skywalker himself, Mark Hamill, doing serious Mark Hamill acting. This looks like it will be very, very lovely.
I think a lot of people forget about Stephen King is that while he is known as the master of horror, he has written some incredible books that explore so many other things like Shawshank Redemption, Green Mile, Stand By Me. This seems to be fitting in that vein and has been called by critics his best adaptation ever.
Yeah. And then lastly, on the 29th of August, we have The Roses, which looks to be, it's oddly directed by Jay Roach, the guy who did Austin Powers. It doesn't look like it's from the guy who did Austin Powers. This just looks like a very nice movie.
Well, until a point. It's you've got Benedict Cumberbatch and Olivia Colman here having some divorce issues, shall we say, and having a bit of a fall. It looks like a really fun romp, but yeah, they are having a serious fallout. He is an architect, she is a chef. They cannot decide who gets to keep the house and are trying to ruin each other, basically. Yes. It's a lot of bitter banter.
But it's light-hearted is the key to it, which is why I said it's lovely.
Yeah.
It's lovely and light-hearted. Unlike, actually I should say, probably quite like, Caught Stealing, which is the new Austin Butler movie directed by Darren Aronofsky, which is an action romp that looks to be one of those fun action romp movies where you've just got a regular guy who is thrown into a world he does not understand and is involved with some various different groups of criminals. Bad Bunny is leading the Puerto Ricans. You've got the Jewish contingency over here. You have got the mafia over here, and it is all of these people who are looking to get towards Matt Smith's big load of money from his punk rock wardrobe.
Yep.
And Austin Butler is caught in the middle of all
Oh
this.
yeah, cat sitting goes wrong. The movie.
It looks like it's a lot of fun. It doesn't look like your typical Aronofsky affair.
No,
but
I'm
really excited by that.
I mean, I'm keen to see sort of how it plays out because I didn't get kind of like the normal Darren Aronofsky vibes, but I'm really excited to see kind of these characters and this interplay, and the evolution of this story because the trailer doesn't give too much away about what's going to happen.
We also have our usual special screenings, including a 30th anniversary screening of Sense and Sensibility on the 10th and 12th of August, and a reissue of the absolutely fantastic Spinal Tap on the 24th and 25th of August. Can it get any more black? No, there is none more black.
On the 22nd to the 25th of August, we'll be showing the Rocky Horror Picture Show 50th Anniversary Edition, and we'll be showing the 20th Anniversary Edition, 20th Anniversary of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire on the 25th to the 28th of August.
My boy, my boy! And lastly, from the 29th of August, we'll be re-showing the 50th anniversary of Jaws. We also have a preview screening, an unlimited screening of The Life of Chuck, so you can see it earlier than everyone else, unless they've also got an unlimited card, on the 11th of August.
And to round out the month in our event cinema, we have Six the Musical on the 25th of August, and Andre Rieu's Maastricht Waltz the Night Away on the 30th and 31st of August.
That's all we've got time for on this month's edition. We will see you next month to find out what's on at Cineworld Cinemas. I've been Luke Owen.
And I've been Laurie Blake.
And that's what's on.